Operation Confidence proudly presents America's Invisible Heroes radio talk show. Tune in weekly on Sundays, 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific Time, with your hosts, Consuelo Mackey, U.S. Army veteran and co-host Matt Davison, announcer Taylor Marcella, and Brooke Gadesi, U.S. Army veteran and entertainment segment host Charles Whitehead, Veterans and Legal segment host, attorney Danielle Sherrod, U.S. Army Veterans and Lifeline for Women Veterans segment host Martha Elena Varela, Veterans in Recovery host Anthony Akinpora, and U.S. Air Force veteran and Incarceration to Success segment host Kevin Lewandowski. For more information or to be a guest on our show, email info@operationconfidence.org.
Okay, thank you for tuning in to America's Invisible Heroes, a show dedicated to our veterans and their families. Yes, I'm your host, Consuelo Mackey, longtime hairstylist, fashion designer, and the executive director of a grassroots nonprofit organization called Operation Confidence. For those who are new to the show, American Invisible Heroes allows a platform for our veterans to be able to share their experiences, heartfelt stories, resources, and accomplishments. Now, allow me to introduce our wonderful co-host. We have, as every week, U.S. Reserve and board member Charles Whitehead, Taylor Marcella, board member and our announcer, U.S. Army veteran Martha Varela. She has a segment called Lifeline Women Veterans, and our bi-weekly segment host, Anthony Akinpora. He has a segment called Veterans in Recovery. And also Dick, he's on, and there's a monthly show with paralyzed veterans, that's Dick Bolton. And our weekly segment host is with Richard Cook. He's also a U.S. Army, he's actually a U.S. Army Special Forces veteran. So we're so happy to have everyone on today. Thank you so much. And by the way, if you're wondering what happened to our precious Matt Davidson, he's extremely busy doing some phenomenal writing for our veteran magazine, but he will be on bi-monthly. So I want to say hello, everyone, and welcome.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so it's going to be on you today, Richard. Take it away.
Okay, well, today I wanted to go ahead and talk about strokes. As you know, I had 3 strokes in 2016. There was that main one, the massive stroke, and a stroke that took out my left eye. But what I want to do is cover things of strokes as a wake-up call for veterans, because there's a lot of veterans. I go to the VA hospital, and we're in stroke meetings all the time for our voice. I'm still working on my aphasia, trying to get it to go away, but it's still part of the brain damage. Then I'm also covering other areas in that respects. So it's a wake-up call for veterans. But I'd like to tell you about Keith Tantum, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran who has a similar story as mine. The veteran tantrum, that's the aphasia. I'm sorry about that. Tantum
okay.
Is an assembly worker, husband, and father of three children, now understands the importance of living healthy, as I have been able to adjust myself to as well. Tantum first sensed something was wrong when he woke up early one morning with weakness on his left hand. Then he ignored the sensations, and upon arriving at home from work, he went back to bed. Tantum was in the Persian Gulf, veteran, and said it was a denial, overweight, and had high blood pressure. Then high cholesterol, which I had the same process, but it didn't go away. What he did, he didn't go to the VA hospital on a regular basis, but because he didn't want to hear bad news, and got a little bit of lazy as well too. It was his wife who insisted she drive him to the hospital. Upon arriving at the hospital, doctors determined he had experienced an ischemic stroke. That a vascular neurologist had told him that, and Mr. Tatum stayed at the hospital for about 20 days, receiving constant care, medications, and a lot of therapy to regain his strength in his legs. That's kind of what I've gone through as well. But what happened though, his left arm and shoulder took a lot of time for recovery. He underwent intensive inpatient and outpatient physical and occupational speech therapy. The doctors and therapists had told him to do different exercises using various machines. Explained to Mr. Tatum that they even had to put on and using various machines. Explained to Mr. Tatum an overmitt. That's something you use where it won't burn you if you touch something. It's an overmitt. Might in his right hand that to force him to use his left hand and left arm. The recovery for any stroke can be difficult, but resilience brought on by the military mindset inspired me to fight for my recovery, and the doctors said, as a model patient motivated to recover, never missed rehab sessions or the doctor's appointments, and went to the gym regularly. Today, Mr. Tatum can perform most of his activities and takes care of his health by following suggestions of the medical team, family physicians, cardiologists, neurologists, physical therapists, and occupational therapists. He takes his medication, watching and what he eats and experiencing every day.
Well, I think you did great, as you do. You know, you are just to be admired. Now, here it is. You've had how many strokes? 3?
3 strokes.
And you have done some amazing things out there. I mean, literally different sports activities. You just went fishing the other day, deep sea fishing.
Yeah, deep sea
that was
fishing,
amazing.
yeah.
You sent me back your fish that you had caught. That was so cool. But I mean, here it is. You're reading this document, or this segment here, visually impaired. You only have the use of one eye. I believe you said that you have vision. So we want to commend you on what you're doing and how you're recovering, and I know that you're a role model for so many others. I want to thank you for that. And you got more stories to share. Real quickly, why don't you share your story? I mean, you have an amazing story. You have a book out on Amazon as well, right? Getting ready to be a bestseller. What's it called?
I Once Was Whole.
Okay.
And that is a story, pretty much a biography of my life from growing up to entering the military to working at the VA. You know, at the VA, I was the chief of payroll before the stroke ever happened, or the strokes. And then, of course, it talks about the strokes in the book, which caused me a lot of areas because the one key area that did a lot of brain damage was the massive stroke. That's what did most of the physical disability, the visual impairment, and the speaking inability, because which is called aphasia. But I'm getting my words out right now because it takes a little warming up. And I can get my words out. And
That's okay. You're doing great.
Hey,
so
yeah,
I still do the therapy programs through West Los Angeles VA and also
Mhm.
Long Beach VA for the blind rehab. That's their section right there, which I'm a part of in that respects because it teaches me how to be able to navigate by using a special cane for CNI people. Some are red and white, which is for totally blind, and yellow is for people who are visually impaired, which means, as you know, I'm blind in my left eye and blurred in my right eye. So the thing is, that's for visually impaired, and I'm still doing various other areas and around that to be able to do what I can do to get around.
Right. Then you're in the gym. How often I seen you in the gym
Right.
working out?
All
Yeah,
right.
and then you did some mountain climbing and what else were you doing? You did I think a 5K or 10K run?
I I recently did
Archery as well, right?
archery. I've done archery, even though I can't see, but I'm able to kind of visualize where I need to aim at, and I still hit the bullseye.
There you go.
all right.
Congratulations. Well, I think you're a wonderful inspiration. Thank you so much, Richard. We're
Yeah,
Thank
gonna
you
look
very much.
forward to some more stories next time, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Taylor, take it away.
Sure, Connie. U.S. Army veteran Martha Varela has a segment entitled Lifeline for Women Veteran, and today her guest is veteran Angelina Woodruff from New York. Take it away, Martha.
You muted, Mark.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great afternoon. Unfortunately, my guest did not sign on, Connie. I was hoping that she would be able to join us today. Angelina Woodruff is a Navy veteran from New York. She's currently a resident of the Bronx, New York. And I met Angelina when I was with the National Veterans Foundation. I definitely want to ask her to join. She might have had some scheduling conflicts today because Angelina is just a wealth of resources. And I know that with COVID, she had called into the hotline to just kind of get some information that she needed about housing. But in return, we built a friendship. She shared just a lot of really critical resource information and shared her success story over that period of 2020 when coronavirus first kind of started and was happening. She managed to get $8,000 in grants for
Really?
women veterans to keep her afloat. And I know she has
Wow.
shared some of them with me, which again, it's incredible that, someone as resourceful as her, needed help with housing, but in return, like I said, her and I were able to collaborate, kind of build a friendship and just continue to share resources, which is why I wanted to invite her on today's show. But one of the resources that I wanted to share with you, that's a really a new critical resource that's coming down the pipe, again, sort of as we transition through COVID, right? We're in our third year of COVID and people still needing, that vital help and information, especially our veterans who lost their jobs that were in the medical field. Any of the veterans that, for whatever reason, jobs were cut, got laid off or quit, right? Many fearful in the medical industry that they too might contract this awful disease or this awful, kind of the coronavirus. So that resource that she shared with me, and she actually just applied 3 short days ago and got approved, is the Veteran Rapid Retraining Assistance Program, VRRAP. And this new training program, again, kind of just started, just got released because of that whole group of veterans that lost their job in the medical field. So this VRRAP program offers education and training for high demand jobs due to veterans who are unemployed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, if eligibility requirements, there's not many. You have to be at least 22 years of age. but not older than 66, unemployed because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and not rated as totally disabled because you can't work. So those service-connected veterans that are 100% disabled, unfortunately, would not be eligible for this training program. I'm assuming it's because of the benefits that they already received, the disability benefits. So that might alter what they're eligible for. And you cannot be enrolled in any federal or state job programs, so any other veteran-related programs. Now, you can't receive these benefits, the VRRAP benefits, at the same time you're getting unemployment veteran benefits. So again, trying to reach that other group of veterans who are not already getting some sort of state or federal unemployment benefits or some sort of program help. Now, if you are at the time you apply for the VRRAP, you can't be eligible for the post 9/11 GI Bill, the Montgomery GI Bill, the Veteran Readiness and Employment, and the DEA, which is the Survivors and Dependents Educational Assistance, and the Veterans Educational Assistance Program. Again, these are other critical resources that are available. So if you are eligible for any of those programs, you have to exhaust those first before you can sign up to the VRRAP program. Now, what it does is it covers all education and training programs that are approved under the GI Bill and the Veteran Employment through Technology Education course. My apologies, they're such big acronyms, VET-TEC, that lead to high demand jobs. So these include any kind of associate degrees. It does cover, these are the training programs that it does cover: associate degrees, non-college degrees, and certificate programs. So as Angelina mentioned, she's really big into the medical field. She's got a lot of wonderful education in kind of the non-traditional medicine, oriental medicine, and has gone to formal training for that track of healthcare. So she's eligible for this program because she has had some other degree programs. So you can get certified, recertified, and get these certifications that will help you kind of get retrained and back into the workforce. So the Department of Labor determines kind of what is considered a high demand job. So there's a lot of information on the website. Now the college, there's lots of colleges that are participating or eligible, that are participating in this program that you would be eligible for. So for example, because we're still in the pandemic, you can attach to, say, a college in New York City and just attend via Zoom. So that is kind of the benefit, that one of the things that the pandemic has kind of done is allowed us to be able to Zoom in to some of these other programs where traditionally we might have had to travel to. So it's worth it to kind of take a look at the list of what colleges are participating, even if they're out of state. Because of the Zoom technology, you are able to participate, even if you're not a resident in that particular state. So you can get up to 12 months of tuition and fees paid for, and a monthly housing allowance based on the post 9/11 and GI Bill rates. So if I remember correctly, Angelina will get close to $1,000 for her housing allowance while she's going to school for coding and billing. Another
Is that
really
one time? She's gonna get it one time or monthly?
Monthly for 12 months.
Wow.
I have a
fabulous.
question for you, Martha.
Yes.
Are these mostly tech jobs? That's because you say vet tech, right? Just
Yep. So there is a listing of the different jobs. I'm assuming that the majority are, but I would say probably not all. So there is a website on the va.gov, and I'll give you the exact website here when it pops up. That'll give you kind of the more detailed list of steps that you need to follow to apply. And then also kind of the list of majors or careers that are offered under this program, and along with the colleges. Now, I did not get a chance to look, because this, again, just information was just shared with me, and I was hoping Miss Angelina would be able to share this with us. But this is just such a wonderful resource that is coming down the pipe that I just had to share. So if you go to the VA's website, www.va.gov, you can search the Veteran Rapid Retraining Assistance Program, or again, the acronym VRRAP, and take a look at what some of those programs look like, what the colleges are. It takes about 10 minutes to apply, she said, and you've got until October 31st of this year to apply. Now, a number, if anybody is interested, is 1-800-827-1000. And again, this is information that is also posted on the va.gov website.
Can you give us the name of that organization again, and also repeat the number? And you're going to also send that to us to post on our website, right?
Sure. So this program is offered directly through the VA. So the VA's website is www.va.gov. And the name of the program is the Veteran Rapid Retraining Assistance Program, or for short, VRRAP, as the VA loves to use these acronyms. So the VRRAP program. But just like I said, and as we continue our third year of this coronavirus pandemic, you know, this is just something really critical, really important for those who unfortunately may have got caught up in that job loss or that transition, particularly the healthcare workers in the healthcare industry. So wanting to share that with you guys, even though Angelina's not able to join us today, and I will definitely reach back out to her to see if she can come on board and share some of the other wonderful information, as I was mentioning, some of those grants that she was able to find that really helped her keep afloat while she was looking for housing in 2020.
We really need her on the show to give that information. And we
Let's
want to
go.
have her on the team too, girl.
Yes. And
Tell her.
an update really quickly with that, as I mentioned, my old case manager with the HVRP program, the Veteran Employment Program that I had mentioned to you guys last week that I was a participant of, she is also interested in coming aboard. So Connie, when you and I meet next week, I have some interesting information to share. I was able to pull out a lot of those documents that we're going to need to recreate under the Operation Confidence logo so that we can start getting these homeless veterans some services and then start counting those numbers so that we can position ourselves to apply for some grants.
And I want you to be able to share that, you know, at our event that we're having on 26th.
Absolutely.
How we're going after that. I'm all excited. And thank you so much, girl. You always got a wealth of information. We're so blessed to have you on our team.
Thank you.
Bringing in Tony. All right. So Taylor
Taylor just got bumped out, but she's coming right back.
She's connecting it now. Okay, she had a little glitch with her sound.
So while she's loading up, there she is. So if they need assistance with this, because you ran through like a Ferrari on a racetrack, you know, it was pretty good, you know. So, but if people need some assistance with, you know, taking care of the paperwork and all that stuff, you guys are there, or there's someone who can actually assist with that.
Yeah, and that's what we want to help veterans do. And again, as I mentioned, my passion, my motivation to help veterans and to do this work came directly from those case managers like Ashley and Jennifer, as I mentioned, the Salvation Army, Melanie at the Goodwill. Ashley at the time was employed with Volunteers of America, just really gave me the exposure of what these programs are, number one, but how to connect the veterans to them. More importantly, we hear, like, you know, Charles, the veteran that you had sent to me, you know, need that hand holding on the sideline just to make sure that they're going down the right path, that they're saying the right things, that they're asking the right questions. And that support, that whether you want to call it, you know, intensive case management or whatever fancy, you know, term you want to give it, you know, it's just the support, that vet to vet, that peer to peer. And for those like Connie and Ashley that maybe aren't veterans, that have the passion to help veterans, I'm telling you, I would not be where I am today. I would not be doing the things that I'm doing and able to reach back if it wasn't for Ashley and Jennifer and Melanie and the other female, you know, veteran reps that did connect me and so many others. And so again, that's why I'm passionate about doing this work, and I see what's needed and what's missing, why so many other vets unfortunately get caught in that web and fall through the cracks. So Connie and I
Right.
really both kind of understand that and believe in that. And she's been doing that as well with this wonderful nonprofit for the last decade. So it's just connecting the dots as we want to kind of help continue to uplift more veterans. And then in preparation for this new housing project to kick off, underway with Jet and others, just an exciting time to kind of throw our name in the ring and say we want to help be a part of this effort as well.
That's Operation Confidence Housing Project. by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been working on that a long time, but we're excited. Thank
It's
you.
good to hear from veterans too, not just someone who may work there or whatever. So it's good to hear somebody like yourself who went through the program. So
Yeah. Not only she went through the program, she went through the whole gamma, huh, girlfriend?
Yeah, the housing,
homeless,
the
the whole
employment,
thing.
and I still, like I said, Angelina wants me to check out this program and see if there isn't any other, because I was a medic, remember, once upon a time, and so I did go down the medical track like others, but I want to see. I haven't had a chance to sit down and look at the website of the list of colleges and programs, but best believe I will be looking at them, because there might be something that might help supplement me, that maybe the peer support training program might be available. And normally that's like $1,000, ticket when you got to pay for it yourself. And if you don't get sponsored by, say, Volunteers of America or the Goodwill or Salvation Army, unfortunately, you might have to pay out of pocket. So this might be an opportunity for me to get that peer support training certificate that I can use, in this work for forever. And so I'm also going to be taking a closer look, and we'll continue to share back with the group kind of what I discover as I connect with this information.
All right. I sure thank you, girl. We
You're
really
welcome.
blessed to have
Thank you.
Okay, so I want Taylor to introduce the chaplain, Anthony Acampora. Hello, I got it right. Finally, my tongue don't twist no more.
I'm back. Just to let you know, I can hear now.
Oh yeah, you had a little glitch in your.
I think I probably needed to restart my computer once I updated the Zoom.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Oh, there's our little dog, our big dog.
Luke.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
Luke the dog. There he is.
Hi, Luke.
just a quick footnote. Be sure Taylor is a co-host to show what she's going to show, since she was logged off.
Oh, that's right, huh? Thank you.
But go ahead, Taylor.
Okay, I sure will. Tony Anthony Acampora is a published author and graduate of Vision International University, where he earned a master's degree in ministry. He also holds a master's diploma in biblical studies from the International School of Ministry. Anthony is a chaplain and faith program director at Banyan Treatment Centers. He is an ordained minister, speaker, and writer with articles published in numerous national magazines. Tony's guest today is U.S. Air Force veteran Kevin Weaver, who serves as president, CEO, and co-founder of the Warrior's Journey. He served as a United States Air Force security force at the 24th Security Police Squadron and the Office of Special Investigators, I'm used to just saying OSI, and security force at U.S. Southern Command in the Republic of Panama from 1980.
Uh-oh. Did your sound go out?
I'll help her. From
I'll
1983 to...
Want me to
Go ahead.
finish?
You can go ahead, Anthony, read it.
So was in the Office of Special Investigations at the U.S. Southern Command in the Republic of Panama from 1983 to 1987, leveraging his 30 years of pastoral leadership experience. He is utilizing his skills to help develop and advance the vision of the Warrior's Journey. So we're so glad to have you, Kevin, and thank you for taking the time out today to be on the show. Kevin has been a great partner to Banyan Treatment Centers, especially our Veterans in Recovery program, and just sent us a whole bunch of resources, books, and and Bibles and little MP3 players and all kinds of different stuff. So he's been a great support since we launched this Veterans in Recovery program at Banyan. And we're blessed to have you. And I don't want to take up any more time because I just want to, I wanted to ask you a few questions, Kevin. And I love this part, this Office of Special Investigations. I want to ask you about that. But first, let's just start off with, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your military career and also the pastoral career. I mean, it's just amazing. So yeah. Welcome, Kevin.
Hey, thanks guys, and appreciate that, Anthony. And it's really an honor to be with all of you. Really excited about what I just heard. All the things that are happening with these many veteran service organizations that are just making such a difference with what I believe to be some of the most important people in our community who've given so much. And now we get the opportunity to give back. So my personal experience in the military, as you've already said, long time ago, seems like a lifetime ago in some respects, that back in the early through the mid to late 80s, I served active duty, really enjoyed my time in the Air Force. I was only scheduled to be in Panama for 2 years. I wasn't married at the time, so I extended another 2 years. And after that 2 years was up, I extended another 2 years. I just really enjoyed being there in U.S. Southern Command and enjoyed that whole region. And we had a lot of great stuff going, as it relates to some of the investigations we were doing. It was different than today, obviously pre 9/11. So, our engagements, I was a part of the Grenada conflict. That was our first experience, but then that led into more of the drug, intervention, the war against drugs during the Reagan years. And so we stayed very, very busy on those kinds of counterinsurgencies with cartels in that region. So very different than what we're experiencing today. So I have a high respect for that. So military family, in a sense. My dad was an engineer with Lockheed. He was not active duty, but he served with military contractor. He was a military contractor really all of his life. And that's kind of what spurred in my desire to maybe give back when I was younger. And that carried over into my boys as well. I have 3 boys, 3 sons. They all have served. My oldest, though, was med boarded. He had a medical issue. He was not able to complete his commitment. Doing well, though. He's now in a ministry, and he and his wife are doing great. My middle son is currently active duty. He is a special operations commander. I'll just leave it at that. He is a Green Beret, but I'll just leave it at that. I have to be somewhat careful about public pronouncements of what he's involved with. So, sure. But just appreciate his ongoing service. He's getting ready to go on his 6th deployment, combat deployment. So wow. We stay on our knees with his activities there. And then my youngest son just got back from his first deployment not too long ago. He is currently an armor officer at Fort Campbell and just got orders to take a company command up at Fort Riley. So he's married, and I have between my oldest and my middle, I've got 5 grandchildren with 1 on the way, so 6. And then my youngest son and his wife, they don't have any kids yet, so we're waiting on that. But that's kind of the gist of it. My wife and I, after I got out of the military, met my wife, got married, we went right back into a ministry perspective. I was finishing up seminary. I went and got my master's degree in organizational leadership as well, and we began a ministry to American military. In fact, went back to Panama after 1989 and spent several more years there just focusing on ministry to military members, active duty members, and their families. It was really exciting. So we did that. And then all throughout the next few years, all the way through to 2014, I served as a lead pastor, worked in a capacity in that way, always working with military members, always having some emphasis on that in different parts of the country. So we were very blessed and honored to be able to do that. So that led into kind of the birth of the Warrior's Journey. So I'll pause there because you may have some specific questions, but a lot of time frame in that. But
thanks so much for that. It's so interesting, your background. And so let's go into that. The Warrior's Journey. Like I said, so we partnered with you. You gave us a beautiful spot on your website, and we gave you a good spot too at Banyan. We put you right next to Judge Mathis, and it kind of scrolls across on the main national screen. But tell us a little bit about Warrior's Journey and what you guys are involved in, so people could have a better understanding of what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are over 40,000 veteran service organizations in the U.S. And, many of them are doing fabulous work. Many of them, not so much, it just kind of depends. There are some that aren't necessarily focused on what I would say the right things, but all that being said, our desire was not to take those who, make judgments on that, because that's not our place, but to find gaps. And one of the biggest gaps, we did some research with the Pentagon, some folks that we knew up there, and through my relationships early in my years in military ministry, he said, hey, listen, we know PTSD is the talked about issue, but I know that there are so many other unique challenges that military members and their families face. We'd like to address those issues. And so we did a research survey with the Pentagon through the Chief of Chaplain's office there. It was really amazing. The Harvard School of Business helped us to assimilate the data. And we were able to identify 12, what we don't call them exhaustive, but 12 high-level challenges that most military families and warriors face. And then we built a robust website. We wanted, here was the number one issue. Isolation was number one. PTSD was number 10. Again, still on the list, but there were so many other things like moral injury, family brokenness, identity issues, transitional issues. Deployment was a big problem, but more important or more challenging than deployment issues were the reintegration issues when guys coming back from deployment, reintegrating with their family. So we were able to assimilate and assess all of this. And so what we did, we took each of those issues, and over the course of a year with over 100 writers, we put together by warriors for warriors, a robust website with over 5,000 articles and video testimonials dealing with those specific issues. And we put that on a website. Really, we call it an online interactive community. It's really more than a website because it's an engagement tool. And we created this thing called the Warrior's Journey, helping people understand and giving individuals, those who maybe wouldn't, especially active duty guys who don't want to talk about the issues that they're struggling with. They ignore and override. That's kind of the intuitive sense of when you're in the military, you don't want to really address the fact. Sometimes you just don't even believe that you have issues because, hey, I got to keep going. There's mission, right? We don't have time for that. It could affect my career. It's going to affect my family. And yet what they don't realize, unresolved issues eventually come to greater levels of challenge because those unresolved issues end up exploding somewhere in their life. And so when they come to that place in crisis, they're not really always sure where to go. So either active or veteran. In fact, 25% of the people that we connect with right now are Vietnam vets. A lot of Vietnam veterans are still, dealing with a lot of stuff. But we've created this safe place in the digital world and launched this in 2016 where they can come and explore. And then when they're ready, they can say, let's talk. We'll engage with them, literally start conversations one-on-one. We'll assign them a battle buddy, someone who's been where they've been, and begin that process so that we can triage, what it is that they need, and then figure out a plan, help them develop a plan for them to walk in wholeness and hope in their journey. So to include physical, emotional, psychological, and yes, the spiritual line. We take a holistic approach. We feel spiritual fitness is such an important part of that. So, so we focus on that as well. So that's the gist of how it all began. And then that spurred on to, just real quickly, 3 other deliverables. 1, services. We knew that there were little hands-on services we could offer. So we do workshops for chaplains. We do workshops for churches. We do command staff briefings on resiliency and all kinds of issues, really all the issues that we cover, which we've been invited and contracted by the DOD to do that. In fact, I've got 3 of those to do here in the next 2 weeks. I'll be doing a lot of traveling. That turned into a service mechanism for us to open up a coffee shop / resiliency center in Kaiserslautern, Germany 2 years ago. Fantastic. We have a staff of 14 that are on that. We have 5,000 square feet right there in Launchville, just outside of Ramstein Air Base. And we're seeing 200 to 300 people come through that facility every single day with workshops. The coffee shop is kind of our get them in, get them comfortable. And then we say, hey, by the way, tonight, we have these workshops. You'd like to be involved with these. And we do everything from, for even the moms, like lactation classes or transitional services to overcoming PTSD or celebrate recovery or reboot combat recovery, with some of our partners. And then the final thing for us, in addition to the resources that we've been producing, is the partnerships, because we can't do it all. We don't want to do it all. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. So we went to work early on trying to find the best organizations like Banyan, as an example, who are really just doing a fantastic job and saying, hey, what we can offer, let's partner with these organizations that are just really doing such a great job and have high levels of efficacy for our warriors. And let's lock arms with them. Let's build a relationship with those leaders, and let's start doing, kind of a concerted effort, a true alliance, which was birthed into what we call now the Veteran Service Alliance, which is a separate 501c3 we started a year ago. And that's even gotten the attention of Congress. And we've together gone to Capitol Hill throughout the last 2 years, even arguing some bills on Capitol Hill, getting help that the VA needs to do, some of the changes. We have tremendous relationships with folks in the VA. We're starting to see some really wonderful advances taking place through our partnership with the Veterans Administration. So that's been great as well. So all in all, we just feel crazy blessed. I mean, 3 or 4 years ago, if you would have told me that this is where we would be today, I wouldn't have believed it. It's been really, truly miraculous, the open doors. And we've just tried to be faithful walking through them.
Yeah, I mean, God obviously has his hand on what you guys are doing, because I mean, it's absolutely incredible what you just explained, and there's so much more as well. I'm so glad you focused on the moral injury and the identity, all the different things you mentioned, because oftentimes you just have these labels thrown out. Okay, PTSD. And half the time people don't even understand what that is, even in the healthcare field. It's a difficult thing when you're talking trauma and you throw all these things out there. But it sounds like, what you guys are doing, and from what I know of you guys, just from working with you in the last however long it's been, 6-8 months, it's great that you're doing that and you're really getting to like the root causes. And that's the key, because there's a parallel with just addiction in general and mental health disorders in general. And a lot of it, like you said, and what reminds me of is first responders, because we deal with a lot of first responders, and it's oftentimes very difficult for them to admit or come to terms with or surrender. I have an issue here. I do have a problem. It's very difficult. I mean, they have their badge and their, the gun is at stake. You start talking about depression and thoughts and, stuff like that. So it's great that you guys are doing that. We really appreciate everything you're doing. So amazing. Anybody have any questions for Kevin? Because I mean, he covered so much there. But
well, I'm just excited to have you on the show, Kev. I mean, you're doing some work that we just now learning about. And I think it's absolutely wonderful. For all these years, I've been advocating for our veterans, especially those with disabilities. Mm-hmm. And I found that they have a lot of hidden problems that you don't know about until after it all comes out. And this is why we're so happy to have Tony involved, because he's able to vet our veterans. And now I'm hearing about the amazing work that you're doing. And I'd like to, first of all, send you an invitation to what our little nonprofit is doing. And make sure you Google Operation Confidence and look at our website, because we've been out there while stumbling around, but enjoying every moment trying to help our vets. We didn't have all the knowledge, but we had to learn from the grassroots level. And it's amazing people that have come forth and said, Connie, I want to help you because you're doing it from the heart. And of course, I'm just loving that you guys are spiritual, because it had to be God for me to be in the middle of all this, but I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll tell you, Consuelo, on that note, I'll tell you just real briefly, it's been amazing because we, for the first 4 years from the middle of 16 to the end of 2020, we had 298 suicidal ideation connections where people contacted us and they were ready to end their life.
See,
and there was no hope. And we were so grateful. But here's what's crazy. So since the beginning of this year to the end of last month, we had 591 of those connections. So we've had 3 times the amount in the last 6 months than we had in the first 5 years. So this thing has just escalated. But the good news is, and we say this because of the spiritual aspect and the fact that we're just willing to introduce it. We don't force it. We don't push it. We just say, look, guys, let's explore this. Right. And that alone gives a sense of help. But we have not lost one individual who has come to us. We have not lost one to suicide. And that's gotten the attention of a lot of these other organizations, and we're saying, listen, it's not us. There's a bigger force at work here.
There's a man upstairs that's guiding us all. It has to be on my team. You all are military or not, you accomplished chaplains or medical advisors. Hey, I'm just out here, just me and as a mom and grandmother, and said I have to do something, especially after I seen them in wheelchairs on the streets. I mean, how dare this rich country let our military? And then I came from a military family as well, not an extensive family, but my brother was in the military, and I'm sad to say he's gone on now, but he came back with a horrible drug problem. My parents nor I didn't know how to even deal with it. So, you know, there's so much that, and then he had PTSD, you know, from what he had seen. So it's a lot we have to do, and I really thank you for all the information and take us under your wings, because
you got it. Hey, I'll say this to you. Listen, anything that we can do, we are happy to service and help, come alongside, partner with you. We're working. We connect with about 1,000 warriors uniquely every day.
Oh, great!
So
and we want someone to come on the show and share their stories. You know,
absolutely. Well, we got quite a few of those stories. It's amazing. What
God, I want
doing.
that so bad. Oh, please do.
You know why she says that right now, Kevin?
Why is that, Charles?
Because you use her word amazing. That's her favorite word, amazing. I mean, you just said, and when you said, "Oh yeah," she got it. But you know what I like about the story is, you're the modern day my three sons. You know.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Story started out. Yeah, it's like, what is that? You know,
that's really true. They're living it. Hey, I don't know how much time I have, but I'll tell you just real briefly. I'll tell you one quick story. So Sunday night, this was a Sunday night not too long ago. We get a notice on our phone because every time someone comes, there was a suicide note. We get a notice on our service. I open it up within minutes, within seconds, really, and this woman, she's a wife of a special operations guy who's just getting ready to retire. He's a sergeant major, and he walks into the room that night and says, "Listen, I don't know that I can do anything outside the real world, so I think I'd be better off ending my life, you getting the death benefit than me, because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to provide for my family." He was just super depressed. Yeah, and so she just freaks out. She gets online. She types "help for suicidal vets." She finds our site immediately. She says she hits the let's talk button. And she basically says, "Hey, can you help me? This is what's happening." And immediately within a minute, I'm saying, "Yes, we can help you." My wife's here. We were on call that night. And I said, "Here's my phone number." We talked. And long story short, through the course of several conversations with her husband, within just a few days, not only he'd come off that cliff, but we worked with him in the transitional services that we offer. We wrote his resume. He had 4 job offers 3 weeks later.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, he is just now excelling, and he rededicated really his heart to live a faith walk, which he hadn't done for years. And God restored his family. So that's happening every single day even in the special operations area, all the way to, you know, maybe just those who are serving in National Guard or reservists, which they're no less important. Don't get me wrong, but you know, all of those different subcultures in every branches, we're seeing these kinds of successes. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity just to share that, and know that we'll help you and do everything we possibly can moving forward.
Oh, I want you, and we're having a Zoom meeting on the 26th. I know.
Here it is. This is it. The big.
I'm going to send it by email. Can't nobody see that.
Hard to see, but it's America's Invisible Heroes. Is support of disabled homeless veterans, and it's on.
We're going to post the flyer up.
We have the flyer to post. I love him for trying. But you know what, Kev? Before you leave, can you lead us in a prayer?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. And you know, hey, give me that flyer, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
going to bring it up on the screen.
Yeah, we'll post it all over our stuff too. We'll make sure.
Oh, thank you.
Please do. We want to have a full.
You know, let me just say one thing, but with Kevin, because you hear a lot of these guys that you talk to, and we talk to a lot of different people, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You know, we got you back. We'll help you out. You know, we'll work with you." He really does. The next day he was calling me like, "Let's do this." He sent us. He referred people here, and we helped out some people, and just, you know, the real deal. So I want to thank you for that, Kevin, because not everybody, I'm not just talking in the veterans field, just in general, you back up what you say, and you know, whatever we could do too, like I said, from Banyan and obviously Operation Confidence. But thank you so much. Thanks for everything you shared. It's so inspiring.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can pray. You say I can give you a quick prayer?
Please, let's
do it.
Okay,
do it.
And I won't go too long, I promise.
That's okay.
Father, we thank you just for the opportunity that you have given us in this moment. I think of Consuelo, what she's accomplished, what she's continuing to do with her team, with Charles, Richard, Taylor, and Anthony, and all these others that are part of this amazing cause Operation Confidence and what you put upon their hearts. Father, I just pray that through the way that you continue to show yourself faithful, God, that you would do that in a mighty way above and beyond our ability to ask, think, or imagine, Lord, for the future, that the plans that they've made would fall right in line with the plan that you have. We know that ultimately at the end of the day, God, it's about getting into the hearts and minds and the physical ministry that's needed into these warriors and their families, whether they're homeless, whether they're addicted, they're dealing with issues, the trauma of war, the separation issues, just the unique challenges that military experience brings that most people just don't understand. God, we understand it. Help us to understand it better, Lord, that as we put ourselves out here in partnership and as we work in a kingdom mindset, God, that you'd help us to see the miraculous things that only you can do and bring in the lives of these people who are so special and so important to you. So we dedicate that. Bless this group of people. Bless these leaders, I pray. And we thank you for them in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. What a wonderful prayer. Thank you so much. That was
Kevin.
amazing.
Yeah, blessings to you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And
Appreciate
you got to come back as readily as you want, okay? And make sure you bring your success stories on there. There'll be such an inspiration for everybody to know and listen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. And look for my invitation too.
We'll do it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Take care, Kevin. Thank you. God bless you and all that you do.
Okay,
Don't
bye-bye.
forget to post all that info on our website. You know that.
Oh yeah, please. We want your
way
information.
to get in touch with you and.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
All right.
Anthony, you can
Anthony's
pass that
got
along.
it covered.
Yeah, I just texted you the reception info, and then we'll send you the info for us, and I'll send them yours. And yeah, thanks, Kevin. We know you got a lot going on, so thank you so much for taking the time out.
Thank you so much for the time. It's been such a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
God bless. Keep
going.
going.
Tell your wife and the kids, God bless, and
I will.
And thank you as well. Okay.
I sure will. Yeah. God bless. Bye bye.
All right.
Okay, so it's on you now, Charles.
All right.
Introduce our next segment host. That's Dick Bolton. He's executive director of PVA. Thank you so much, Dick. You there?
Dick.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Let me just give you a quick intro here, Dick. Hold on. Dick is a 20-year graduate of the U.S. Air Force Academy, and since his retirement from the Air Force, he's worked for a variety of organizations, but found his passion supporting the disabled vet community, primarily as an adaptive ski instructor. Dick Bolton, he's the president, executive director of the PVA California chapter, which is right here in Long Beach, where I'm at. Go ahead, Dick.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction, Charles. Consuelo, thanks for having me on again every month. And Kevin, thank you for sharing a great segment on there and the great things that you're doing. It's a pleasure to be here as I'm heading back to Long Beach today as it is. So I'll be back in Long Beach getting ready for our upcoming event. We've got a big fundraiser coming up so that we can continue putting smiles on our members' faces. We've got a big campaign this year with our 100 New Smiles campaign, where we are trying to find 100 members of our organization who've never received a dime from our chapter and giving them each $1,000 to go out and, as we say, put a smile on their face. We've got some folks going to sporting games. We've had people go to their children's weddings. We sent somebody down to Orange County this 2 weeks ago to spend a weekend there for her son's birthday on the beach. The things we send our members out to do are as varied as the individuals themselves, and try to get them out and just realize that just because they may have a physical limitation that someone else may not share, that their lives are not over, and that they can still get out and do, pretty much anything that they desire. And we try to help them get out and do them. So we've got an event coming up on September 4th, Saturday, September 4th, Labor Day weekend, where we're sending people over the edge, and they're going to be rappelling 141 feet down the Long Beach Hilton Hotel. That's 14 stories. In fact, Charles Whitehead is one of the members who is actually going to be rappelling. And Charles, what you should do is in the Zoom chat room, you should take your link and share it in the room for the folks that are able to see it. Charles is less than $350 away from his personal goal of $2,000 to raise, which $2,000 will go directly into the pocket of two different members and put two different smiles on two different members' faces, all because Charles signed up to go over the edge and rappel 141 feet. So it doesn't have to run a 5K or golf 18 holes or go to a dinner and bid on silent auction things. All he's got to do is take an elevator up to the 14th floor and
jump off.
Take the elevator and then take the chair down.
Take a rope down. So we're
and
we're
Charles
definitely
uses
looking
a
forward-
wheelchair too, so that's going to be exciting to see, you know. But
You
I
know,
think
so
it's
we-
amazing. Amazing, Charles.
yeah, that's
So
it.
if anybody's in the
magic
Long
word.
Beach area on Saturday the 4th, you should come downtown to the Long Beach Hilton. We're gonna have a festive atmosphere there at the pool. I think when Charles gets down to the bottom, he's gonna head over and start playing some music as well and kind of be our event host. And it's just that's just one of the many things that we're hoping to do that will allow us to get our members out, because while we do many aspects of trying to improve our members' lives, it's not just about giving money to our members. We're very big on the legislative front and trying to ensure that that we're sponsoring and helping to promote any of the bills and legislation that are going through to help ease the lives of our members. Currently, we're working with in DC on issues such as increasing the healthcare, the caregiver funding, to hopefully increase funding for individuals, for caregivers. And right now, when individuals are in the hospital, their caregivers don't get paid because they're in the hospital. But we're looking to see if we can continue caregiver pay while members are in the hospital. We're looking at trying to see if we can help getting the clothing allowance increased. So PVA is always on the forefront of legislative issues, especially in the adaptive world. I mean, we were responsible and huge in the passing of the American with Disabilities Act, on handicap parking, on the Air Carrier Accessibility Act, on getting handicap accessible bathrooms in airplanes. So PVA is out on many fronts, and as we start to hopefully see this coronavirus get behind us, we're hopefully getting out more. I know that November 20th we'll be up in Pasadena at the Triumph Foundation's Adaptive Sports Festival in the city of Pasadena. We work with the Triumph Foundation. They've got an over the line tournament coming up in October. We're going to help with that. We've been looking at getting a wheelchair softball league started in the Orange County area. Just constant stuff. November 11th, Wednesday this year, for Veterans Day, we will be at the Huntington Beach Veterans Day car show, where we are guests of honor again this year. Huntington Beach Veterans Day Car Show is another nonprofit organization that runs a huge car show at the Huntington Beach Pier every year on Veterans Day. There'll be live music, food, 300 cars. So if you're a car show buff, if you've got a car that you want to bring out, if you want to just go see cars, go to the Huntington Beach Veterans Day Car Show at the Huntington Beach Pier on Veterans Day, November 11th. We'll be there, and we're always just trying to get out in the community and do things. So
they are doing
if you're ever
things.
curious about veterans with spinal cord injuries, check us out on the web at pvacc.org. That's Paralyzed Veterans America California Chapter, pvacc.org. And it's just a pleasure to be out there and serve amazing veterans like Charles every day.
It's for me, it's a pleasure, because these guys have been doing this stuff. Dick and Elmer Jacobs came on 2 years ago, and they've made the culture has changed, and so they've done things to help me out. I mean, when the pandemic first started, they brought food. Actually, Dick delivered it himself. So that was different. And when they first got in, like I said, I started out and I went and played music for the vets on Christmas, and just recently And I'm actually going to the Dodger game. They gave me 4 tickets to the Dodgers, for next Saturday. So, they're doing this for the members. And, when they told me about this over the edge thing, I'm like, done deal. We need to, fundraise because I know they're doing good things for the members. And that's the great part about it. It's not like, you're just giving money and then they're all driving Bentleys or anything like that, or like these corporations are. The CEO is making 50 million, and then you got people who are barely making it on minimum wage. So,
But no
and,
money at all.
right, and so Dick is very involved, and they do a lot of things for the members with bingo and just a whole slew of things. So, like he was saying, on the 14th, I mean on September the 4th, I'll be a DJ, MC, rappelling, and my band is going to play, and I'm gonna probably be announcing as I'm roping down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'll just but I'm excited about it. So, and I just put the
Well,
link.
Dick, I just want to tell you we're very pleased to have you on as a bi-monthly guest, and some of the things that your organization is doing is just amazing. And
Well,
always
thank you.
remember, Little Operation Confidence is over here, been struggling for over a decade, but we've enjoyed every moment of it. And I'd love for a way that you can include us in some of the wonderful things you're doing, because we all got the same mission, and that's to help
That's right.
our veterans, especially those that are having to use different type of adaptive equipment to get around. So, I appreciate what you're doing. It's commendable. And if you can figure out a way to include our organization in on some of the outstanding fundraisers that you're doing, it's all going for the same purpose. Right?
Fantastic. Well, that's correct. So that's
Okay.
great. Charles, like I said, man, make sure you put your link in the chat room, and hopefully some of our folks watching out there on Facebook Live or can go in there, see your link. And like I said, Charles only needs less than $350 to make his personal goal. He's got 20 days to do it. So let's see if we can make Charles make his goal today, and then he may
I've
decide to
already
raise his
donated
goal.
to
And
it. I think we
Yep.
kicked it off, didn't we, Charles?
Yep, yeah, she was one of the first
Well,
ones.
fantastic.
So, yes.
Right.
No, thank you very much, and glad you guys could have it. Glad I could be on this week.
Thank you so
You
much.
know, I know you're traveling, so it's
Yep. No, then
thank
I'll
you
get back
for
on the
calling
road
in.
and start pointing my car back towards Long Beach.
Okay. Be safe
All right.
out there.
Be safe.
All right.
And,
Hey, thank you guys very
thank
much. God bless you guys.
all
Thank
right,
you.
thank you. Take care now.
All right. Charles, you got some hot news too, don't you?
Hot news. It's not just
That could be a new
regular.
segment, hot news.
It's hot news. Like the sun with a little hot sauce on it. It's hot and flavorful. Look at Martha; she pops back in for hot news. Huh? But anyway, today's hot news is about COVID-19 vaccinations. The White House announced a goal. Hold on a second here. Let me do something here, because all right. The White House announced a goal for 70% of the U.S. adult population to have one vaccine shot and 160 million U.S. adults to be fully vaccinated. Student Veterans of America has partnered with Team Rubicon and other veterans organizations to form the Veterans Coalition for Vaccination for the purpose of uniting and mobilizing a nationwide network of veterans to ensure equitable access to vaccinations for all Americans. You and your chapter can assist the vaccination effort in your community in ways that are meaningful and leverage your unique skills, expertise, and experience you developed in the military. Assist in a vaccination site operation. This includes assisting with site coordination, planning, logistics, traffic direction, check-in administration, and volunteer management. If your team has the resources, help establish a new vaccination site within your community, or one in your area that is underserved. If you or members of your chapter are medically qualified, you can directly support the vaccination effort by administering vaccines to those who need it the most. Get vaccinated. If you're willing and able to, please share your experience with those who know and encourage them to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Additionally, chapters can indirectly assist in the United States mission to reach herd immunity by 1. Combating misinformation when you see or hear it because there's a whole lot of misinformation, and it's a shame it's politicized. 2, using community resources provided by the CDC. As some chapters begin to resume or increase their level of activities, the link offers considerations for ways your organization can help protect individuals and communities and slow the spread of COVID-19. And then there's 3, go online and use a social media toolkit to encourage COVID vaccinations. Now, with that all said and done, I made a video. It's called Corona Keeps Me Home. I played it. I made it at the beginning of the shutdown somewhere, last year. And last week I played it for one of the
Rosies.
And
Rosie the Riveters.
She was absolute. She was 96 years old.
She was a flirt though. She was flirting with you.
Yeah, she was.
And Charles didn't help it, not giving the wolf whistles. Talking
well, that's what that was. And she got me whistling. Now I got these super cougars coming at me. It's like, hey, I'm just working.
And they keep calling me saying, "Where's Charles? Oh, Charles, help Charles to
I'm hiding, Watch out now." but
that's so funny.
No, it's like,
and Charles will help it because something happened back in the day when World War II, when the guys would whistle when you walk out, and if Charles starts out whistling, now they fell in love with him.
Look at that. I don't know now. Y'all got me all. I got to drink some water.
Yeah, all that. And when he does that, they just grin.
We're all invited to the wedding.
Oh boy!
What do you call them? Super cougars, huh, Charles?
Well, hey, and they're much older, So
yeah, play your
let me share this thing, because Connie, she done took off on this. All right, here we go.
It's as cute as it could be, though.
I did all the animation. I did everything. I had one guy help me out, and actually, I had the just so the sign language, interpreter. I have a cousin, and she connected me, and then she does some on the videos.
The screen is black.
I know it's supposed to be,
well,
but it's gonna be.
Come on.
I'm getting ready to start. I'm just telling you right now. Let's play.
Right, you can tell us.
You see that, right?
Yeah, cute.
All around the world, a virus spreads around. Corona is the name causing havoc in your town. They say that social distancing is what we ought to do. 6 feet away from me, 6 feet away from you. If I need to go out to get the things I need, I'll get enough stuff, but I won't resort to greed. I can't go to work, I can't visit you. I guess I'll stay at home, and you should do it too. Corona keeps me home, all alone. Oh yeah, Corona keeps me home, on my own. Still too many people are hanging out in groups. It's all fun and games till Corona catches you. If you're poor or rich, or if you're white or black, Corona sees everyone for sure, that's a fact. You may not get sick, you may not even die. Why gamble with your life? Corona is a spy. Some of these peeps who think it's all a game, they have a place for you in Corona Hall of Fame. Corona keeps me home, all alone. Oh yeah, Corona keeps me home, on my own. Wash your hands, but don't fail. That's a joke. Anyway, wear a mask, keep your distance. We'll get through this. Let's wait it out. Where you gonna go? Corona keeps me home, all alone. Oh yeah.
That's so cute.
Awesome.
All right.
Great.
And it looked just like him too, that cartoon, doesn't it?
It does. I'm gonna
Almost.
send that into the CDC for a marketing campaign. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
I
you
know,
know.
huh?
Yeah,
It
I'll
had
be
Tony
looking up
laughing.
and
I seen laughing a few little
I
shows.
might look up and I'll see Dr. Fauci is in the video and they done photoshopped him over me, you know.
Yeah,
All
right.
right. Take it away, Taylor.
Zoom
Coming on
Bingo.
down.
America's Invisible Heroes is proud to announce a monthly Zoom Bingo as a fundraiser for Operation Confidence. Each player will receive a player's card or two to download and use to play. The website generates the numbers that we will call for the game. The game will be run by taking care of the downloads, card distribution, number calling, etc. So the bingo cards sell for $25. But here's what you should know. 1, to register, go on Operation Confidence's website homepage to PayPal and pay the $25 fee. Your confirmed registered card will be sent via email followed by a Zoom link to participate. Zoom links will be sent to registered participants at least one day before the game. The Zoom Bingo games will be held on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. Zoom Bingo games will be held for only an hour because each round goes relatively quick. Winners will receive a $25 Amazon gift e-card each round. So you guys can visit http://myfreebingocards.com/virtual bingo. Again, myfreebingocards.com/virtual bingo.
That's on our website as well.
And that is definitely on our website, operationconfidence.org.
You got some more information, girlfriend.
I do. On Thursday, August 26th, Operation Confidence will host a virtual meeting via Zoom in support of our mission to provide stable housing with a wide range of supportive services for disabled veterans who may have experienced homelessness. The meeting is to gain support from the community to assist with our tiny housing project. As another way of raising funds, we are excited to have 2 virtual auctions, the Latino Collection, the day of the meeting, and starting today, creative charity auctions. Please go to our website, operationconfidence.org, or our Operation Confidence Facebook page to log on to creative charity auctions to view and bid on the auction. Items will be continually added until it closes at noon on August the 27th. Again, you can go to www.operationconfidence.org or www.charityauctions.today.com/auctions/Operation Confidence-25816.
Do you have our flyer?
And I sure do. And I will share the flyer right now, ladies and gentlemen. Or share the screen. Hold on, let me get it.
This is the flyer that Anthony was trying to show earlier. So
yes. So let me get that for you. Let me share it, and then let me see if I can share this. It's not sharing, is it? No. Here it is. Here it is. Are you guys able to see it?
There it is.
Here is the flyer.
And we'd like to say that we're having a discussion panel, and our moderator is no other than Martha Morella. Yay!
Happy to help.
Martha.
Happy to help.
Yeah, we're all excited about you, girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it should be a real. You better stop with the whoop
I
whistle.
know, he's getting carried away.
Okay, you can take it down. That's great, but we're excited. It's going to be a great event. So if anyone wants to come, not come, but actually be a part of that Zoom reception or Zoom meeting, make sure you send us an email so that we can send you the link. Okay? Give them that email address again, Taylor.
The
info at Operation Time. You know the one. You know the one you say every week.
I gave out several.
Okay. info.
www.operationconfidence.org or
Mhm.
info@operationconfidence.org.
Right. And
Then
Anthony's going to be one of the speakers there, and we're going to have a good time. I think Charles may be singing the national anthem. And then Richard, he's going to come on board and say his few words. So it should be a great event. We're looking forward to it. You know, it was going to actually be at the office of this phenomenal architect who's offered to give his services to our project. And then lo and behold, we had this surge with the corona, this COVID. So we said, no, we don't want anyone to get sick. So we had to switch it up within the last 2 weeks, huh, Tony?
Yeah, yep, definitely. It's
we had to switch over to Zoom. So, but
yeah.
thank God for you and others and Martha and everybody on our team. We're going to put it out there so we can get a good attendance. So we really want everybody to come on board and see what we're doing and start helping us. So we're trying to help those veterans.
I have some hot news too. I forgot to mention.
Oh, give us the news.
Oh yeah, so the Banyan treatment centers, we are expanding our faith and recovery programming nationally. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be at all 14 locations, and it's going to be a part of our alumni service. It's going to be on telehealth, and it's also going to be there's going to be faith and recovery groups on Zoom, which I already started doing. So that's a pretty cool thing, and we're excited about that. It was just announced late on Friday. So. Yeah, so that's nice. There's so many things going on with faith and everything, and so many people coming against God and everything, and here we are expanding. I had so many comments on LinkedIn with people. I didn't even realize that, but that's what they were saying. They were like, "This is amazing. We love this." You got to put God
first. And you'll be able to send our stuff out through your resources too, right?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Yep. You have something to say, Charles?
No, I said keep it up. That's what, that's why we're here. A closed mouth won't get fed, as they say. So.
And we want to thank Martha for making Tony aware of what we're doing and bringing him on board. And ironically, Tony and I had already been Facebook friends before we even did. Wasn't that something?
Well, if I could say, I was just telling Ashley that that's another example of how God connects people, right?
Yeah.
And because Tony and I have never met. We've never, and we just connected on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn's usually not like Facebook, right? Where you can kind of just Facebook, request people. But, Anthony's been just so instrumental in helping provide, that spiritual piece when veterans call. I've been able to send them over to Tony to pray with them. So this is more God's work in the making. So thanks to me.
If you ever have anybody that wants prayer or that wants to talk, even they don't have to come in here, even if they just want to talk. There's a lot of hurting people out there, especially with veterans. Just always feel free to connect me with them. Yeah,
right,
definitely.
So we're closing down now, and we want to thank everybody for being on the show, and especially our team. And we just got a lot of information that we received and that we're going to continue receiving. And we want to get our listeners and viewers involved. And we just thank you so much. And we thank God first. And we want to have Taylor to start winding it down for us. And I'll do the closing and tell you guys to make sure you tune us in next Sunday at the same time. And for some more exciting stories and information, of course.
Mm-hmm. I would like to remind our listeners and viewers about our amazing advertisement rates. We have 20 and 30-second advertisement slots available. So please email info@operationconfidence.org for more information and visit our Operation Confidence website at www.operationconfidence.org and visit our resource page for some amazing resources. Also, check out our online store on our website. All items sold, such as our t-shirts and sportswear, our sportswear sold 100% goes directly to Operation Confidence Housing Workforce Development Building Fund. That was a mouthful. Also, I would like to, as a tongue twister, actually, I would like to inform our viewers and radio listeners about Amazon Smile. When making your next purchase on Amazon, please go to Amazon Smile and type in Operation Confidence in the Choose Your Organization donation box. Amazon will make a small donation to Operation Confidence. Take it away, Connie.
Thank you. Before I shut it down, I wanted Tony to introduce, what's his name? Luke?
Luke the dog.
Luke, that's your service dog, right? He was a rescue dog. I can't hear you.
Looks like, yeah, what's up
Put
with
so
that?
many smiles on people's faces.
Get out of the chair. Let me be the one on the camera.
Our patients.
He's a big guy too, but he looks like he's real sweet though, isn't he?
No, he's really sweet. He comes here a couple of days a week. He goes to our other locations in Boca and Stewart. And
does he bond with
he changes the whole atmosphere. And if somebody ends up getting emotional, like in one of the groups, he goes right up to them and he puts his paw, he hits them with like their leg with his paw, and they usually start laughing. Like he changes the whole atmosphere. It's amazing.
Really? It's amazing. You know, I had a little dog like that. They can really sense. We had several veterans who were in wheelchairs, and he would go and lay right next to them, you know, and actually if they were laying down, he would lay on their legs, you know.
Yeah.
So those dogs are extremely smart.
They're really in tune to people's emotions and things like that. And he's done that 7 different times over the last couple of years when somebody got emotionally went. Right. One time he put his head right on the girl's leg, and it was amazing.
Oh wow.
He kisses them and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank everyone for tuning in this week to American Invisible Heroes, and we would like our listeners and viewers to know that our mission is to provide stable, permanent housing for our veterans, especially those with disabilities and have experienced homelessness. So to get involved with our grassroots efforts, please send us an email at info@operationconfidence.org. We need everybody involved with what we're doing. And don't forget about our upcoming event on August 26th. We posted it. We're going to keep posting it. We'll have it on our Facebook page as well. And we want to thank you all and tune in next week for sure. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll put the link in there for the Over the Edge, so you know it'll be on Facebook Live. So before we do the video,
that's right. That's your sign off. I love it.
And just because you guys like it.
Oh no!
Luke came over.
Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's so cute.
He hears it all the time. Everybody tells him how beautiful he is. Huh?
Thank you, Richard. You did great. We're so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Next 2 weeks from now, you'll be back on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. See you guys.
Signing off.
I am Buddy Canute, a former Rosie the Riveter.
Oh, that's
I
right,
riveted
about
P-40 pursuit planes during World War II. We did our part back then. Now, can you step up and help the Rosies pull America together again? Please call 304-776-4743. That is 304-776-4743.
We want everybody to
go
get
on,
involved.
You want to say something about the Rosies? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the Rosies is extremely important. They're part of our organization's project. We've collaborated with Rosie the Riveters. That's the most historical organization ever, and they're having something called Ring the Bells for the Rosies. Operation Confidence participated in that. That's on September the 3rd. We want everyone to get involved. That's virtually ringing a bell. We hope to have a full screen of several hundred people and support our Rosies. These ladies are in their 90s. Some of them have passed on, and they're trying to keep that name alive and the work that they've done for our American heroes. So that's the Rosies, Rosie the Riveters. And thank you so much for being a part of our show and allowing us to be a part of your organization's mission. God bless you, girls. You're just some of them. And that's the ones you give the whistles to Charles.
Yeah, that's the super cougars.
This is All right, thank
I'm gonna
you.
finish up the video and then we're gonna be out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Got to do PVA.
I am. It's coming. I just paused it because I heard you. You know, you wanted to give
Right.
a little. So I'll let it finish and then we're gonna be out.
Long Beach, PVA, California chapter USA. The city by the waterfront, where the veterans work and play. Long Beach, PVA, California chapter USA. The city by the waterfront, where the veterans work and play.
For more information or to be a guest on our show, email info@operationconfidence.org.
Okay, we're off.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.